them to take an implant, they've passed laws forbidding it. 900 hospitals install chips in humans. The government wants to implant chips in all the farm animals. If any local farmers have information on this, please contact me. I was unaware of this story, and I think it has a very broad implication into a controlled, cashless society and more Big Brother and total loss of our liberties. And if you've read the last book in the Bible, the ability to put a number in your hand or your forehead could not be fulfilled until this technology has been developed. I'm reporting this today. It is here and it is ready for the next steps to be implemented. So I think that was a very good story. I'd like to follow up with that. If anyone has any information on that, please contact us. If you'd like to call in, 873-1400. This week, NATO admits mistakenly supplying arms and food to the Taliban. NATO forces mistakenly supplied food, water, and arms to the Taliban forces in southern Afghanistan, officials today admitted. This is world news from the Guardian newspaper in the UK. Containers destined for local police forces were dropped from a helicopter into a Taliban-controlled area of Zabul. The coalition helicopters had intended to deliver pallets of supplies to police checkpoint, a remote section of Zabul, late last month. By mistake, they were dropped some distance from the checkpoint where it was taken by the Taliban. The Internal Security Affairs Commission of Afghan Parliament's lower house was told. A local politician from Zabul told the Parliamentary Commission that the consignment had been taken by local Taliban commander. A NATO spokesperson said the pallets were carrying rocket-propelled grenades, ammunition, water, and food. Afghan politicians have said they do not believe the drop was an accident. NATO's General Carlos Branco blamed it on human error. Remember a few weeks ago, David Walker Live on this radio program finally told us that we are arming all sides in the conflict? Amazing story, and again, the press, as far as I know, has made no mention of this event. I think it's the kind of information that should be reported, and we intend to inform the public with this kind of information. Former Chief Inspector of the UN Commission on Iraq, Scott Ritter, has claimed that there is an 80% chance of the U.S. war with Iran. Ritter made these remarks at Middlebury College as part of a series of talks facilitated by the Vermont Peace and Justice Center. The Rutland Herald reported this on Wednesday. Ritter further noted that the pattern of preparations for such a conflict has been steadily developing and involves Congress as well as the Bush-Cheney administration. According to Ritter, a war with Iran would speed up the ongoing decline of the U.S. standing in the world, and afterward Russia and China would be ready to take advantage of the resulting power vacuum. Ahead of the U.S. invasion of Iraq in 2003, the ex-inspector had said that there were no weapons of mass destruction to justify that attack on the country. Admiral Fallon has resigned. He had adamantly opposed the attack on Iran. Watch for the saber rattling to continue if our government continues these preemptive wars of aggression. The 4,000 killed so far in Iraq may well not be a drop in the bucket if we keep on until we get World War III started over there. It may be high time for our government to err on the side of caution. This week we had several emailed. I want to go to that to make sure we got it in. Jim wrote, what do you think of the Real ID Act, and are you aware that the deadline has been pushed back to December 2009? I was not aware of that, Jim, but we do intend to stay on top of the story. Thanks for the information, and yes, I am opposed to the Real ID Act. Michelle wrote, I love the poem you read last week on the tax program. Last week was your best so far. Keep up the good work. We listen out every week. Thank you so much for getting involved. Darren wrote, property tax is blackmail. Income tax is armed robbery. These taxes and many others are the result of being lazy and uneducated on the issues. They're wanting something for nothing from a tax victim, not a taxpayer. Thanks, Darren. I appreciate your opinions. Stay involved with us. Send us some email anytime. I certainly appreciate it. And Jeannie wrote, this county depends on property tax money to educate our children about the important issues such as evolution, sex ed, accepting a homosexual lifestyle, all forms of birth control. This includes abortion. Thank you, Iredell County taxpayers, for your more than generous donations. May God have mercy on us all. I really enjoy listening to the real news every week. Thanks, WSIC. Thank you, Jeannie, for saying what you believe and sharing it with us. Please stay in contact. I think a lot of people probably feel like you do, so we appreciate that. Every week we have a poll, and this week we had Iredell County for its high property taxes, IRS, and the illegal 16th Amendment. Our poll is Hypocrite of the Week. U.S. government allowing Chinese military in San Francisco. Mainstream press lack of covering the food crisis. America's tax system. And McDonald's pro-homosexual agenda promoting moral decline. And our winner is McDonald's pro-homosexual agenda promoting moral decline. We had 55 votes on our poll this week, and I want to thank everyone that got involved. Again, our website's therealnewsradio.com. We're slowly making that a real source of information. Go there, check it out. Also, our YouTube channel, The Real News Radio. Next week, our guest is going to be Judge Napolitano of Fox News. He's got a new book, A Nation of Sheep. I'm reading it right now. It's very good. I think you'll be interested to know what his views are on several subjects. We appreciate him coming on. I also want to thank everyone that made this past week possible for The Real News. It was a big week with us going to Washington, so I want to thank Mark and Billy, Keith and Dave, Keith Olson, Kelly, Ty, Devin, my mom and dad, Al and his information and his advertisement, WSIC, and you, the listener, most of all, for listening, emailing us, and getting involved. Send us any of your suggestions. This program is not about us. It's about you, a place that you can call in and say what's on your mind. And until next week, this is Farron saying, God help us all.